Hey there, welcome back to my channel. You're at the Thrifty Journal Shop. My name's Amber, and I was filming this video with my new microphone and I didn't have it turned on. So when I went to watch it, there was no sound. So I am improvising here and doing a voiceover. All right, today I'm going to share some journals that I'm working on, some inspiration, some ideas that are floating around in my head. And right here is this little sweet boho style journal that I'm working on. I love cows and I really wanted to just make some different cow journals, and I came across these little flowers on top of her head and the little arrow there that I'm pointing at, and it's made from a paper bag, and inside I've just added some different kind of papers, and there's some rickrack trim along the side there. And I really love using paper bags. They're very versatile and they make for really great journals. And I did some stitching up there at the top. Usually have paper bags on hand, and I love the look of them. They look rustic to me. I just like the look of a paper bag. I left the back blank, and there I'm showing you that I stitched around the side. And I added a leaf and just all those little pretty flowers there. And then I painted that little bow and arrow with the heart. So the inspiration for this cow came from an actual calendar that I had bought at the dollar store. And here is the cover of the calendar. And I bought the calendar because of the cow, and I just loved the image. And so I wanted to recreate her and kind of add my own flair. I didn't really want to take the image and use it on the cover. I wanted to recreate it and make it my own. I wish that I could just draw off the top of my head, but a lot of times I've got to look at something and kind of go from there. If it's simple items, I can draw, but for more detailed items, I need to have a reference to look at. So that was the inspiration for this journal. And I realized here that I didn't have any black paint when I went to do this. So I found these face painting sticks, and I ended up using those to make the black on her face. I've never used face painting sticks before, but I did. And also these watercolor crayons. I ended up using those on the bag too, a little bit of the black. And I also used some different acrylic paints too for the white. And so I ended up using a few different items and just playing around. And here's the inside. That's some boho style paper that I had. And I made some pockets out of file cards there. So I believe there's a tuck right there. And then yes, you can tuck it there and there. And I sewed around, added some washi tape there up at the top of the file folder with some cactuses on there. And that is the inside of the journal. And I left the back blank for now. I just really loved her. She turned out very, very sweet, and loved the background of the paper bag. Okay, next I'm sharing a cookbook that I'm working on. This is a family circle cookbook, I believe. I bought it a while ago at a thrift store, and I had an inspiration for cows once again, but I wanted to make a farm style cookbook. So the cover here, the cow is actually cut out of a children's book, and I glued it on, and then I Mod Podged over it to seal it. I didn't really want to paint the cover. I wanted to leave the cover in the background, and I just added some fabric scraps around the cover. I would love to make some of these styles of cookbooks and add them to my Etsy shop. They are just so heavy. The only thing with that is, the cost of shipping, and then I have to add it on to the cost of the journal. I will probably see about putting a few of them in my Etsy shop. If anyone's interested in a journal like this or wants, is thinking maybe they want one, feel free to email me, and maybe then I'll be inspired to put some of them in my Etsy shop. I'm actually outsourcing right now to collect ephemera for cookbook journals. I'm actually working on 7 or 8 right now, and some of them are actually going to be going into one of my local spice shops in town. I've gotten permission to put a few in her shop just to see how they do. I have sold a few. I've had a few placed in a bed and breakfast and had been successful there. So we'll see if how they do there. So yeah, so this was just really fun to make, and I love kind of just taking something and adding to it and seeing where it goes. I ended up wrapping the cow's body around the cookbook, and then on the back I just added some fabric scraps, and also that's a patch from Girl Scouts. I wanted to cover the barcode. Yeah, this one's been really fun to work on. I haven't done anything in the inside yet, just the cover. Okay, and here I am sharing with you some of my Valentine's journals that I'm working on. And yes, it's not even Christmas and we're thinking about Valentine's Day. Oh, I love these journals. They remind me of the 80s, and the color is just fun. I loved this material. I've had this fabric for a really long time, and I thought, okay, what am I going to do with it? And I really wanted to make some 80s style Valentine's kind of, I don't know, just I've got all these kind of ideas for 80s journals, and I thought, well, I'm going to use the fabric. And inside the cover is some vintage wrapping paper there. And added a pocket, which I'll explain that pocket in a little bit. That's actually part of the box. So these are made from post office boxes. And maybe I will do a tutorial on those. And I don't think that I'm going to attach the card there. I think I'm just going to leave it and then have these little elastic bows around there. So if you want to pull the card off, you can. I actually found these little sweet bows. They're headbands. And I found them and I thought, oh, those would be adorable on these journals. They're very cute, which is really not sort of my style, but I love the fabric. And I had gotten some cookbooks that I'm going to show you here in a little bit, some cake decorating that were totally 80s. And I just had these ideas for retro-y kind of 80s Valentine's Day. And the cards reminded me of the Valentines that you get when you're in school. Found those at a thrift stop, and I thought, okay, I'm going to add them. And I've also got some vintage cards too that I will probably make a few out of also. Yeah, so these were super cute and super fun to make, and I'm still working on the insides of them. I haven't completed all the insides. Okay, so here is what I use to make them. It's a small flat rate box. I got these thinking they were bigger than what they were for mailing journals, and then they were just way too small. I don't know if you're aware, but these boxes are free at the post office. So you can walk right in and grab them, or you can even order them online. So I got some, and then I realized I wasn't going to be able to ship most of my journals in them. So I thought, well, I'm going to use it for a journal. I'm not going to let it go to waste. So I found that they have like a really great spine there. Like right there is a great spine. And if you need to, you can reinforce it in the inside there. And yeah, I think I should do a tutorial on how to use this box. And right there, that is the pocket of the journal. So I just cut that off, and then I put some cardstock or paper on it, like right here I'm showing you. That's that. And I just put some cardstock, and then I'm gonna sew it into the journal, and it makes a nice pocket. So that is just an idea for how to use like the whole box there. And I was going to use the side tab here as like a pocket, but then it just didn't work out in my head the right way. So I did cut that off, but then I'm going to find a way to use that piece in the journal somehow. So yeah, these boxes just make really great journals. I was really excited to now find a way to use them. Here's another journal that I'm working on. Goes back to the boho style here. I found this sweet image on another calendar. I loved the color. I loved the owl. And I just thought, oh, this would make a really cute journal cover. So the back here, I cut the bird out, and then the back is some wallpaper. There's another one of those arrows. And then there's some pretty of those flowers I'm going to add. And it's going to be on a paper bag again because I just love using paper bags. They make great journals, and I like the size of it. The calendar also had a few other pictures of owls that I'm going to turn into journals too. Yeah, I'm just showing you that pretty 80s journal that I'm working on. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to share with you is a haul that I did from eBay, actually. I've been looking on eBay as a source to find some items for those cookbook journals that I'm working on, and just for some other things. I live in a pretty remote area, so for me to go to thrift stores, I have a few that I like, but then I've got to travel quite far. So, yeah, I'm using eBay, and I found these at a really great price. And so this is a 1979, and just really great images in here. I'm going to put some of these images inside those Valentine's journals. And I also have this idea in my head that I want to do some slumber party journals, like back in the day, like if you grew up in the 80s and used to have slumber parties, like there was a cake, and so these were like an inspiration. And I don't know, I just have this idea to make like a slumber party journal. So I thought these would be great. There's a lot of cool images. There's Star Wars stuff. 1977. There's a lot of really pretty pictures and different ephemera in here. 1978, you've got Big Bird. I think that's 89. 1980. These are soft covers, but I feel like I can figure out a way to make them into journals or do something with them, even pull the pages from them. There's a newer one, 1995. But even if I pulled the pages and sold them in kits and put them on my Etsy shop, this one's really vintagey. Oh, it's got the dowel cake. I don't know if you ever had one of those cakes with the dowel. I think it was I don't know if it was I can't remember the year of this one, but it was in the 70s. But just look at the pictures. They're just beautiful. The images are just gorgeous. And then this one is 1974. Wedding cakes. I love looking at these because I did some cake decorating. I never did weddings, but I did do some decorating at a point in my life. And to this day, I still kind of like to get out my tips and play around and, that's just another form of creativity. There's just so many ways that you can be creative and get inspiration. I think this one is a 1976. Yes. So just all sorts of goodness inside of these cookbooks. Here's a 1983. Oh, the outside cover and the inside is just so much fun. I mean, look at all those ladies with their cakes and the back cover. And then the last one here is a 1981. I think I got 12. I love the inside of this one. I think there was 12 in the set that I got from eBay. So just a lot of really fun things inside there. Thanksgiving, Halloween ideas, Barbie. I found a lot of Barbie ephemera inside these. Those would be great in 80s journals. Yeah, I thought that was a pizza. It looks like it's a glorified quiche. Just the creativity in these. So that was the collection from eBay. I'm just showing off my girl one more time. I just want to say thank you for all of you that are watching these videos. Thank you for leaving comments and sharing, and please subscribe to my channel. I hope this gave you some inspiration and some ideas for yourself. And I hope you have a great day, that you get outside and do something fun, that you find some time today to create for yourself. And have a very Merry Christmas. Okay, friends, I will see you soon. Take care.